Welcome into all the Sagittarius rising signs of the zodiac to your August 2025 astrology video. I'm Cosmic Girl. Trust you're doing well and thank you for being here with me. Well, this month astrologically is a little quieter. We'll take it as above, so below. So that's good to know that August is pretty cruisy. Your chart ruler Jupiter will open up the video talking about your avatar in this incarnation in this video first before we get into the planets in transits in a chronological order and the lunations. But straight out of the gate, if you're a planner and you're like, well, I'm just really excited to know what's happening this month, that's really important and really big astrologically for me as a Sag rising. Well, the standout date for you is the 11th of August when Venus and Jupiter are conjunct, and the new moon on the 23rd. And that's happening in your natal 10th house. And that's a big one. And we're going to get into the meat and bones of all of it and what it all means astrologically for you as a Sagittarius rising. So let's get into it. So Jupiter is transiting in Cancer in your natal 8th house for the whole month of June. In fact, we'll be here until the 30th of June, 2026. So Jupiter moves through a zodiac sign in 12 months, maybe a little bit more. So it's pretty easy to gauge for you as a Sagittarius rising sign with where your chart ruler is going to be transiting what natal house, how it functions in that natal house, and what's really of significance to you. So Jupiter for the whole month of August, and we're just staying with August astrology here, is a cruising through Cancer in the moon sign where your chart ruler is exalted, functions really well in the moon sign of Cancer. And we also have Venus also cruising next to your chart ruler, opening up the month of August, and she's going to get closer and closer and closer to you and will conjunct exactly on the 11th of August. But when you've got the two benefics working together from an astrological perspective, and just say I'm not even referencing to Sagittarius rising signs, but we know that I am. When the two benefics are cruising together, this is just a pleasant astrological moment to really sink your teeth into whenever this occurs. And occurs once a year. So you can literally time it with planets and transits. Once a year, the two benefics are going to get together and cruise along with each other. And for all of us with Jupiter and Venus just really giving us a lot of opportunity to grow and expand and connect to things that really do tick our boxes, really go for our heart's desires, what we're attracted to, really get into the feelings and emotions and how we connect relationally, then it's just a really fortuitous, beneficial transit for us to experience. And for you, this is in your natal 8th house with Jupiter and Venus cruising along together. Venus this month will move on from the 25th, but until then, from straight out of the gate, from the 1st of August to the 25th of August, the two benefics are working in unison. And Venus is the bringer of life, as is your planet and your chart ruler Jupiter. These are about love and life and enjoyment and pleasure. And when they're cruising together and Venus is so close to you, and then they're really feeling a lot of strong Venus energy in the month of August. And Venus is relationships, she's art, she's fashion, she's cosmetics, she's beauty, she's music, she's all about love. Where can she connect and grow? And so close to your chart ruler in the month of August is just astrologically sublime. But we want to bring it down to reality. The transit's happening in your natal 8th house of others, resources. It's the house of death and inheritance. The natal 8th house is the more denser house where we usually don't every single day think about how other people's resources benefit us on the daily, or how death benefits us on the daily, or inheritance benefits us on the daily. That's the natal eighth house. But because your chart ruler is cruising through this natal eighth house for a year, the natal eighth house, not to get too techie, but the natal eighth house for you as a Sagittarius rising sign is a house that's in aversion to you. You don't see it. Your line of sight from the natal first house doesn't see the natal eighth house. And what that means in short is it's an underdeveloped house where we don't have a very, for better words, organic connection to it. But the fact that your chart ruler Jupiter is here, then it gives you plenty of time, over a year in fact, to really be aware and really tune in intuitively with your feelings and your emotions about how other people and other people's resources, death and inheritance do shape and form you. Jupiter is the rule of your first house, of your identity, your body, your health, how people see you. And it's in that natal eighth house of death, inheritance, and other people's resources and other people. Okay, so that's where it gets a little bit juicy for you. And you have a opportunity. This is an opportunity because Jupiter is exalted in the moon sign of Cancer, functioning very, very well in the natal eighth house, where you get once every 12 years an opportunity to really change up something about your identity, your relationship to death and inheritance and other people and people's resources that benefit you. You're in the thick of it, if you will. But we need to keep the awareness, astrologically at least, that the moon sign is all about the environment, people, mothering, and fortune, and is connected to the physical body. So this is quite some transit for you. If you want to go down an astrological rabbit hole with me, I can be contacted at cosmicgirl101 at protonmail.com to have a look at your own natal chart and how this transit can be playing out for you because it's over such a long period of time. But for the whole month, with Jupiter and Venus cruising in this natal eighth house of Cancer, I mean, this is just such a time where you can, as a Sagittarius rising sign, coming from the lens of astrology here, really intuitively feel out what relationships benefit you emotionally, who fills your cup, and what's beautiful about other people's resources that benefit you. What's beautiful about death? Well, I can tell you what's beautiful about death subjectively from my point of view, but I can't from yours. You're the expert in you. Having a relationship with death can be about a physical death, absolutely, but it can also represent you having a better relationship emotionally of putting things to death that have naturally run their course in whatever aspect of your life that is. And with Venus in the natal eighth house of inheritance, then it's easy, astrologically at least, to tune in to how you feel about such things as inheritance, what you've inherited. That could be something about a physical inheritance, like an asset or possession, a car, money, a piece of artwork. You get the picture. Astrologically, at least, that there's benefit in inheriting or going down inheritance rabbit holes and having a better relationship with them. It's a deep, beautiful, very arty, very sobering transit for you when Venus and Jupiter are cruising through Cancer in your natal eighth house together, at least until the 25th of the month. So if you're tuning into astrology, not what's happening for me as a Sag rising, well, this is what's happening. Jupiter will not be leaving Cancer until the 30th of June 2026, but we'll be having some really nice intimate moments with Venus with the conjunction on the 11th. And there'll be a few other aspects, but not many. So you're all up in it and identifying with how other people's resources, death and inheritance have an impact on your body, your health, your identity, your sense of self, who you are, and how people see you. So it's a lovely transit. Feel free to leave any comments in the comments section below. So straight out of the gate, yeah, with Venus and Jupiter, just gleefully transiting, floating through our solar system together, having the time of their life in the moon sign of Cancer in your natal eighth house. Uranus is connecting nicely to Saturn and Neptune retrograding in Aries from your seventh house to your fifth house for the month of August. This is great for out of the box thinking. Let's get our creative freak flag on. Let's do something fun. Let's do things that are spontaneous, that are different. So, this is a great month for going into environments and connecting with people, places, and faces that are different from you, out of box thinkers. They're very excitable. They have a lot of different ideologies and perceptions about life to you. This is a great month for connecting with people that are not your usual tribe. This is a really nice transit with outer planet Uranus cruising through Gemini, your natal seventh house of relationships and other people, connecting nicely to Saturn and Neptune retrograding in Aries in your natal fifth house of creativity, artistic endeavors, fun, where we get joy and pleasure. So the joy and pleasure is in connecting with people that are a little bit cray cray or a little bit odd and oddball-y. So really, really nice for getting your heart and soul into something that really is quite Uranian. And Uranus is the awakener, it's the traveler, it's the liberator, it's all freedom oriented, it's let's go into the future. It's got a bigger antenna than other planets. So yeah, really quite nice month for anything arty, out of the box thinking, traveling and connecting with people that are, yeah, not our usual tribe. Really, really nice for that. So keep your mind open. You get an invitation to go to somewhere where you thought you'd never be. Take it up. You might really enjoy it. Pluto is from the 1st to the 12th of the month, sextiling Saturn retrograde. And this is really nice for reconnecting with a community, any extended family members, maybe going on day trips or considering learning something like a short course, do something like cooking classes or something like that. That's really nice from the 1st to the 12th with Pluto sextiling Saturn retrograde. And Pluto from the 1st to the 31st, so the whole month, Pluto is going to be connecting nicely with Neptune. This is all about um, relaxing and imagination and getting your Da Vinci on and going to museums, learning something very Neptunian and Plutonian, which is going deep and getting down to some archaeology details. Are great for research and just really enjoying getting creative and using your imagination. So wonderful with Pluto retrograde sextiling nicely with Neptune retrograde from the 1st to the 31st. So all the outer planets, generational planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and Saturn are all up in the mix here, and they're all in sextiles and trines, which means there's lots of easy flow. And that's why I like the month of August being astrologically a little bit more harmonious and a little bit quieter. Really, really quite nice, actually. On the 1st of August, which I believe it's the horse's birthday. So if you have any lovely, beautiful horses, Sagittarius rising signs, it's their birthday today. Give them a beautiful juicy apple. They'll love you for it. Okay, on the 1st, Venus. Oh yeah, Venus is squaring Saturn and Neptune. Okay. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. Because now we're getting into the chronological astrology for the month of August. And so on the first, straight out of the gate, on the horse's birthday, yeah, this could be foot and mouth disease with Venus squaring Saturn and retrograde Neptune. I think this can be about big opinions and ideas and ideologies that everyone should really keep to themselves. This is like a clash of opinion, and everyone could be all up in the fields on the first. So this is a lay low day. Forewarned is forearmed. I mentioned earlier in the month of August that, you might be hearing a lot of people just dumping their stuff on you. Like, just expect people to be going, I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about that. Well, from the 6th of August to the 22nd of September, I think that ball's going to keep rolling because Mars is ingressing into Libra, into your natal 11th house of your social connections, your friendships. It's also the house of dreams and goals and aspirations and personal allies that support us. And Mars doesn't function really well in Libra. It's in detriment. It's in Venus's temple on zodiac sign of Libra. So it's really interesting when people around us are all passive aggressive and they're not content, and we get to be part of it because we're socially connected to them in some way, shape, or form. So it can be a transit where you might just watch your P's and Q's. Don't get too involved to your best ability in other people's conflicts and stuff. So, yeah, really interesting. And on the 6th, when Mars does ingress into Libra, it's trining Uranus in Gemini and it's opposing Saturn and Neptune retrograde in Aries. So, all in all, this day is going to be about, again, hearing people's dirty laundry on the 6th. And you could just be going, oh, how do I deal with this? Well, you put the responsibility back on them. Simple as is my best astrological and human advice on the 6th of August. On the 9th, we have our first lunation of the month, and it's a full moon in Aquarius. It's at 17 degrees, and this full moon's lighting up a part of your natal chart that's about travel, communication, education, and siblings and extended family members. And when we have a full moon, you see something for what it is. It's so obvious. That's what the moon's function is. It's like, hey, look at this. And lighting up that natal third house. Well, yeah, this could be a day where an extended family member, a sibling, really has their moment, but like an emotional purge or release, but something quite successful. The moon itself is nicely aspected to its ruler, Saturn, which is a retrograde in Aries in the natal fifth house. So, this can be about hearing about a pregnancy from a sibling or an extended family member. This could also be something very creative. It could be about sex or children. Really quite interesting full moon that you will be witnessing and hearing about. And that full moon also in the natal third house, it's not something about a sibling or an extended family member. This could be the end of a commute or the way you commute. It's the house of travel. It also indicates as well that something about education has come full circle or really in the spotlight that be connected to children, romance, or creative artistic endeavor as well. But with Mars trining retrograde Pluto, this really does give me a astrological sense that this is about relationships, whatever this full moon is. It's relationships. It's about agreements and contracts and equality and fairness and justice and balance. So something about this full moon reveal can be something connected to that with Mars connecting from Libra retrograde to retrograde Pluto here in that natal third house of siblings, travel, education, and communication. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, you could be witnessing a pretty big full moon here now that I'm really getting into the meat and bones of it. Okay, whatever's coming full circle, if you will, where you see something for what it is, it can have a tinge of justice, relationships, equality, fairness connected to it. Yeah, quite big. On the 11th, we have Mercury stationing direct in Leo at 4 degrees. So when Mercury is now eh, had its moment of umming and ahhing about its heart's desire regarding travel, foreigners, foreign places, anything esoteric, higher education, things become easy to deal with when we're not questioning our heart. It's really nice when Mercury goes direct in Leo. On the 11th, you might be revisiting a conversation or potentially something financial that occurred on the 29th or 30th of June. And now that Mercury goes direct, you get a resolution or you get an aha moment regarding communication that has been lost in translation or been put on the back burner, for better words, from the 30th of June this year. We also have Mercury and Mars speaking in harmony from the 11th to the 18th of June. So this is really quite a beneficial transit to get down to brass tacks. Who are people that you lean on that can help you in really connecting with your heart's desire? So this is like seeking out people, places, and faces that can elevate you in a really positive way. And if you've been feeling less than Leonian, which is confident, well, from the 11th to the 18th, this is where you might find some support systems that benefit you to give you the urge or the push that you may have been otherwise avoiding. Really quite nice. So the big standout for you as a Sagittarius rising sign is Venus conjunct Jupiter on the 11th. It's happening at 13 degrees. And yeah, what a moment. Venus and Jupiter, the two benefics coming together, conjuncting in your natal eighth house of other people's resources, death, and inheritance. This bodes really well for really tuning in intuitively with, are you in the right place? Are you surrounded by the right people? Do you be okay with not being okay regarding a relationship or something near and dear to your heart? And is it time to really till the emotional soil and get something out? It's a great day for a DM coming to peace with putting something to bed that has been emotionally draining and arduous, and can also indicate you being the beneficiary of something quite lucrative, being something that is tangible, a piece of artwork, a piece of clothing, money, or you literally benefiting from a new relationship. Big one on the 11th. From the 12th to the end of the month, Uranus is trining Pluto. So, yeah, again, these are the outer planets having really nice conversations. So, this indicates that your local environment, travel, education, your local community, siblings and extended family members are going through big transitions and having big moments that are being impacted by other people and their own relationships, but in a really beneficial way. So, this is changing of the guard from things that are pretty habitual to you, and you may be witnessing some big transformations. Relationships that you have in your life may also benefit from being in a different environment, learning something new, or from an actual sibling, or communicating in a new and more futuristic way. Quite lovely from the 12th to the 31st. Okay, Sagittarius rising signs from the 22nd to the 22nd of September. The sun is cruising through your natal 10th house, an angular part of your natal chart. Really important. You want to put your best foot forward with this transit because the sun in the natal 10th house, this is nothing to sneeze at for 4 weeks. Your career, your public name, and your public identity is on full display here, for better or worse, with the sun in the natal 10th house. It can factor in as well your father being very prominent, for better or worse, for 4 weeks from the 22nd of August to the 22nd of September. With the sun in your natal 10th of your public name and identity, anything of an official capacity, your career, your professional arena, your natal 10th house is the house of achievements, then the spotlight is on the spirit and how you connect to these topics and subjects of achievement, anything official, your public name, your public identity, your career, your professional arena, even your dad and paternal figures. And so this is the focus for 4 weeks. Like it's a big transit because it's that angular part of your natal chart. It's nothing to sneeze at astrologically when the sun's really at the top of the chart. So this is really being on the top of your game kind of transit. You want to look your absolute professional best. Efficiency is the tonic for 4 weeks. Precise, skilled work will be on full display. It is a very big transit. I am not going to dumb it down. So, when it comes to your public name and identity, achievements, anything of an official capacity, your career in your public space, your professional arena, this is all about what, who do you identify with, and how is it shown to the world? How polished and precise and skilled are you? It's going to be on full display with this transit. Quite big one from the 22nd of August to the 22nd of September. Best foot forward. On the 23rd, we have our second lunation of the month, and it's a new moon in Virgo in your natal 10th house, which we just discussed, at 0 degrees, conjunct fixed star regulus. This is quite juicy. New moons are quiet beginnings, like the internal, they're just something's percolating beneath the surface here. And it's in the natal 10th house. And new beginnings can be with your company if you work for a company, but a quiet new one. New beginning for a father figure in your life. New beginning with your public name and public identity. This could be a new official role or environment you're stepping into. You could be starting to really put your heart and soul into one of your own personal achievements on the 23rd. Remember, they're quite new beginnings. But conjunct fixed star regulus is where I think it gets really, really juicy. Fixed star regulus, fame, power, fortune. This is quite some new moon at 0 degrees of Virgo's conjunct fixed star regulus in that natal 10th house. So your career in itself, or the company you work for example, could be going through a serious upgrade, like big upgrade. And when your company is, for better words, kicking goals, then you in some way, shape or form will benefit or will be an integral part of it. And this new moon may herald something quite big happening in your company that you work for should you be employed. But also that new moon in the natal 10th house of career, this could be about you trying to create a quiet exit from an environment regarding your public name identity or a career space, or get out of something official that is a little bit too, for better words, irritating and minutia and driving you quietly nuts on the 23rd. It'll be very subjective for everyone. Knowing your own natal planets, again, is really important. But your chart ruler Jupiter is in the moon sign of Cancer, and it's sextiling that natal 10th house. So this can be other people's resources going through a quite serious upgrade that benefits both you and them. This can also indicate a big inheritance or something to do with death is brewing and starting to take shape and form on the 23rd. And the reveal of something or end of this cycle will come full force in 6 months' time. So, quite an interesting new beginning, new moon on the 23rd of August. On the 24th, the sun squares Uranus. Okay, yeah, this can just be a difference of opinion kind of day. Roll with it. Everyone has their ideas and their concepts about life. And this may be a day where you hear it, and there could be some pretty strong opinions flying around on the 24th. So it's a mind your P's and Q's kind of day. On the 25th, we see Venus leave Cancer and leave beautiful, jolly Jupiter, your chart ruler, all alone in Cancer in your natal 8th house now till September 19th. Venus will be transiting in Leo in your natal 9th house. Mm. I'm giggling because when Venus is in Leo, and she's attracted to big, bold statements, opulence. She's attracted to things that are showy, have a creative flair. Venus wants to have a relationship with Leo things like creativity, artistry, dance, and theatre. Venus is all up for that in via zodiac sign of Leo. And I'm laughing and giggling because it's such a loud transit with Venus in Leo. Okay, so let's talk about this transit before we get into the aspects of the day of the 25th, which is, it's quite a lot, really. Okay, so Venus and Leo in your natal 9th house. So think of any religion, any belief system, uh, education, higher education, travel, long distance traveling, foreigners and foreign places. That's your natal 9th house where Venus will be transiting. Factoring in that Venus needs an audience, Venus is attracted to opulence and indulgence in overdrive. So this is where you get really, really interested in foreigners and foreign places. You want to go down different, maybe epistemologies, different religious beliefs, want to go on a pilgrimage. You may want to learn something. That could be art class, that could be pole dancing, that could be theatre. You want to start learning about how to be an actor. Maybe you want to sing. Maybe you want to perform. It's that kind of transit. Venus in Leo is fun on high octane. Venus is in the fire zodiac sign of Leo. This is all about what I want, I'm going for with my heart's desire, and there's no question. And you factor into education, foreigners, foreign places, religion, your beliefs, and travel. Big transit from the 25th of August to September 19th. It's going to be a fun one. Okay, so the astrology of the day on the 25th, we've got Venus trining Saturn and Neptune. We've got Venus sextiling Uranus. These are really nice aspects to the outer planets and Saturn, generational planets. So this indicates, you're ready to go for something here with reckless abandonment. Your heart's all in something here. I really like that on the 25th. This is a really good day for you just do what you want to do kind of day. I think everyone's going to be a little bit selfish on the 25th if I'm transparent with this astrology. But Venus is also opposing retrograde Pluto. And if you think of Venus functioning really well in Leo, I'm loud, I'm proud, I love what I love, and I'm attracted to all this indulgence and opulence and fun and excitement. And she's opposed to retrograde Pluto in the natal 3rd house of your community, travel, education, siblings, and extended family members. So this is like a clash of, I love this. I don't want to do the humdrum in my community and the same old, same old. So I can see the 25th being a day really for all of us where we just go, I just want to do what I want to do kind of day. But for you, with Venus clashing against retrograde Pluto in your natal 3rd house, and this is needing to play the bigger game and not getting sucked into keeping things small regarding education, travel, siblings and extended family members and anything that's within your community. This is kind of the go big or go home kind of day, and not keeping things small on the 25th. So also can indicate astrologically that we all may be biting off more than we can chew for one day. So be it. We're humans. It happens. That is your astrology for the month of August. I trust you have a fabulous one. If you have any questions, contact me at cosmicgirl101 at protonmail.com. Thank you so much again for taking your time and tuning into the cosmos with your cosmic girl. Till next time, Sagittarius rising signs, stay cosmic.